Hi, this is Kendra Pike with SuryaShines.com. That's SuryaShines.com. Thank you for joining us for another episode. Today we're going to talk about something near and dear to your heart, I'm sure, which is how do I make sure I attract the right client? If you look at the previous videos, I talked a little bit about the website and how we get that set up and how we really go into making sure that we're out there socially. What's the point of a website? All of those wonderful things I'm going to continue to cover. But the point of this video, we even talked about intention too. The point of this video is talk about how you can really target the correct client. And you want to do this for multiple reasons. You want to do this because it's going to save you a lot of your marketing dollars. That means that your investments won't be at a loss. When you hire maybe a freelancer or an employee that really doesn't understand how to handle marketing, they can often actually cost you more money because they're throwing weekly dollars and they're not correctly targeting. So that's why in this episode, I'm going to cover basically how do I make sure I attract the right client, but I'm going to do it in two ways. Here are the things you need to do now, and here are the things that you need to do at a maintenance level, because there is no point in improving the numbers if you don't do a couple things. You don't collect current state, which is where am I now statistically on my website numbers, on my MQLs, etc. The next thing is you want to make sure that you're setting goals for where you want to be, and then you're maintaining. So maintaining is critical. You put all this hard work in, so what is the point if you do not maintain? So you want to make sure that you're setting up reporting and metrics that works, which is why I've set it up in these two different ways. So the things you want to do now are you want to take a whiteboard, and I have moved the whiteboard away because I'm sort of playing with how I can visually show these things to you, because I'm thinking the whiteboard might have a glare, so let me know if I'm wrong on that. But you want to make a picture or a stick figure of your target audience. And I don't care if you're, Van Gogh or if you're not. All you have to do is draw the person. Then you want to take a deep analysis of that ideal client, because remember I talked about intention and manifestation, and you want to do that here too, because that's what this whole thing is. This is setting up targets, and it's also manifesting. So you want to picture what is that gender? Who are they? Maybe they're occupation. You want to look at their likes and their dislikes. And again, I want to go back to the gender thing because I know that there are other categories, so I want to be very clear. You want to really just understand the lifestyle and their intention, and that's critical. And then the next thing, you want to make a list of everything that they would be concerned about. So let me think about it this way. If I am a chiropractor and I am targeting specifically wellness and dietary, maybe I've decided that I'm going to go after moms that are working mothers that are that care about their health and fitness, and that care really deeply about all other things that go around it. Like maybe it's meditation, maybe it's ways to eat a clean diet or meal prep for yourself and then feed your family. All of those things start pouring out as you start to picture this woman that you're targeting your product to. So say perhaps you have a wellness product and you want that particular woman to be drawn to your product. You've got to get into their psyche. So you want to write things that really work, that they basically make a list of things that they would be concerned about. So I'm going to go back to this example just because it's the closest thing, but whether I'm a chiropractor, a wellness expert, any of those spiritual teachers, any of those things, I'm going to think about, okay, well, my target audience is a consumer. That's first of all, are they business or consumer? They're definitely going to be somebody who cares about things like yoga, meditation. They're probably going to lean a certain way politically. They're most likely going to have interest in things that involve their children, for example. So you might write a whole list of how do I lose weight, right? Because you're really stepping into that person. This is where your empathy genes are going to come into play here, because this part here is critical. You want to ask yourself, what are their problems? What problems am I trying to solve? How does my business solve that problem? But before you do the business side of it, you've got to understand who you're talking to. Know thy audience. This is critical in digital marketing. This is critical in all marketing. This is critical in life. So again, you're going to make that list of what problems would they like you to solve. If you were just a magic fairy and you came by and you were able to help them, maybe they want quick meal prep recipes. Maybe they want time management skills. Maybe they want some information on, how to de-stress, especially. So just make that list, and that's critical. So you do this now. And now you've got your persona. I often will take a little whiteboard and I'll just draw stick figures and put it around. At one organization, I actually made a pop-up and people walked around and were able to see, this is so-and-so and name them. Have some fun with it. Maybe she is Susie Eco, so she's going to like recycling. Again, I'm just following the analogy, but do the same thing for your business. Because if you're an attorney, for example, and you're trying to target a particular demographic, get in their head and you understand who they are. Don't just say, oh, I'm a full service agency. Oh my God, that drives me nuts when people say full service, because that is such a weak response. Everything is about customization right now, but I will get out of that rabbit hole. So the next thing you want to do, and again, the topic today is how do I attract the right client, is you just want to get some little homework items out of the way. So one of the things is if you have a website, you want to install Google Analytics on the website, and I can show you how to do that, or you could Google it. There's plenty of really wonderful resources to do that. But once you have installed the demographics, you have to go into the account. Once the code is actually the tracking code, and forgive me if I use the wrong thing, but the GA code is actually installed into your website, you want to make sure they're linked and they're talking to each other. The next thing you want to do is you want to go to your Google Analytics account. You want to go to audiences, demographic, and then click enabled. You'll see actually this blue button. For some reason, Google Analytics, it's not a default. So you want to go in there, and that's going to give you your state in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. So you definitely want to have that done. If you don't have a website, just message me. You can go to SuriaShines.com. It's SuriaShines.com, and you can fill out the contact us form, and you can just say, saw your video, need some help. Because even if you don't have a website, there are ways that you can easily track and try to figure out who your audience is. And basically, I'll do that by asking you a series of questions, and we'll get down to it, don't worry. You also want to make sure that the website, so once you've installed this, then you're going to look in 30 days and you're going to say, hey, here's my pretty persona, my chart, whatever you decided to do. And then you're going to compare it to the profile that Google Analytics gives you. And they're going to tell you basically, what you can do. Now, this is something very simple that I've taught you. There's Google Search Console. There's amazing tools like SEMrush and Moz out there, but I think this at least will get you to the point where you can make sure that website visitors that are coming to your site are actually the ones you want. Now, please remember this. Yes, landing pages are important, but do not have 100 landing pages. Keep the journey simple. So, in other words, by the time you look at this data, you in your heart know that the social media and everything that you set up, the links all direct to the website. You want to push everything to your website, because when it comes to that funnel and you look at the data, then you're so happy because you know you haven't sent them to this URL and this URL and this URL, and that, which is super annoying to track anyway long term. For now, this is what you want to do. And so then the next thing is, if you look at the demographic data and you see your persona or your brand avatar, which is something that people call it, that picture, that little sketch drawing, I'm sure you're going to do a great job with it. You want to see if that content doesn't match in 30 days the people on your website, then you want to reach out to us too at SuriaShines.com. Go to contact us and just reach out and just let me know that that's the case. There are certain ways that strategies we can use so that you can get your ideal customer and you can get back on track. Because there's no point in, if you're trying to target Susie Eco and you get somebody that's completely the opposite, Bob Construction, he's not going to have any interest in your wellness product. And it's just going to be a waste of time because he's going to get annoyed with you contacting him, and vice versa. Same thing with attorneys. If you're an attorney and you're contacting consumers and your target is businesses, you are going to have, it's just going to be an epic waste of time. So attorneys too, contractors, professional services, just remember you want to target. Want to make sure that every dollar you spend is going toward the right person and the right customer. If you have any questions, again, you can reach out to me. I think I've noted that a few times, but I can't tell you enough how much I'm willing to just provide consultation, because I really want to get people on track and I want to make sure you're successful. We are sponsored by Fundwise. All you have to do is go to SuriaShines.com, click on Get Funded. I think it's time, if you're at this point of the game where you've got the website set up, you've got your business your unique selling proposition ready, you understand what you want to do, you even know why you want to do it, you've got your why down, which, by the way, go to Simon Sinek's Golden Circle, and you could Google that as well. But if you've got all that down, you're pretty far ahead of the game. So consider investing in yourself. Check out Fundwise. Go to my website, click on the Get Funded link, and hopefully, and then somebody will give you a call. There's not really any obligation. There's no risk. Your credit isn't run or anything. Anyways, I hope this information really helped you. I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. And again, if you like the content, please, please, please like and subscribe below. I appreciate the support so I can keep pushing these videos out there. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next episode.